of Ireland for the Irish, of Palestine for the Jews, of Japan for the Japanese, of China for the Chinese. We of the Universal Negro Movement Association are raising the cry of Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. There are 400 million Africans in the world who have Negro blood coursing through their veins. And we believe that the time has come to unite these 400 million people for the one common purpose of bettering their conditions. The great problem of the Negro for the last 500 years has been that of disunity. No one or no organization ever succeeded in uniting the Negro race. But within the last 4 years, the Universal Negro Movement Association has worked wonders in bringing together in one fold 4 million organized Negroes who are scattered in all parts of the world, being in the 48 states of the American Union, all the West Indian Islands, and the countries of South and Central America and Africa. These 4 million people are working to convert the rest of the 400 million scattered all over the world. And it is for this purpose that we are asking you to join our ranks and to do the best you can to help us to bring about an emancipated race. If anything praiseworthy is to be done, it must be done through unity. And it is for that reason that the Universal Negro Movement Association calls upon every Negro in the United States to rally to its standards. We want to unite the Negro race in this country. We want every Negro to work for one common object, that of building a nation of his own on the great continent of Africa. But all Negroes all over the world are working for the establishment of a government in Africa, means that it will be realized in another few years. We want the moral and financial support of every Negro to make the dream a possibility. Already, this organization has established itself in Nigeria, West Africa, and is endeavoring to do all possible to develop that Negro country to become a great industrial and commercial commonwealth. Pioneers have been sent by this organization to Nigeria, and they are now laying the foundations upon which the 400 million Negroes of the world will build.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for joining. I just wanted to start off today's show with obviously, which we're always, this is a Pan-African pro-black show. The two things absolutely mean the same thing. And I want to show Marcus Garvey's speech talking about black unity, right? Of what Pan-African is, since he is a father of Pan-Africanism. For anyone that claims to be a Pan-African, we will have to hold heed to his word. And also, I'm bringing this up because it has to do with the topic at hand. Yes, I have finally tracked Brandon down, right? Even though he said I told him I was trolling him. I mean, you guys are gonna see. I'm gonna play all this back, and he said he didn't see it. Which, look, I give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm sure he's lying. I messaged him in the chat, and he'll look over my message and read the message right above it or right under it. But he say he didn't see it. Whatever. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna play the last interaction him and I had where I confronted him, basically saying, asking him, for open challenge, since Afro Think Tank didn't want to wasting his time to, debate Kunarian, which I understand our brother has that right. But I wanted to take on that challenge because it's easy. Brandon is very easy because he's very self-defeating and proud of it, and that's going to be his downfall. So we're going to review my interaction with him today and why he regrets. Any self-respecting person, let alone any self-respecting Pan-African, is gonna pretty much look at him as a disgrace when I just prove certain basic points. Right? This is not rocket science. This is all about unity, one people, one mission, one goal. Right? That's all that is, and we're all supposed to be on those missions, as far as Pan Africanism is concerned. We all supposed to have one goal. So my um job is to basically show that he is not on the same mission as all other Pan Africans, right? This is not, well, hey, look, you have like a religion. Well, you have different types of Christianity. No, we're not doing that. We're not, that's not what Pan African is. So basically, I'm going to prove that, right? As you can see, him and I have not, well, he has not contacted me. I gave him my contact information. He didn't contact me back, but we're supposed to be discussing what we're going to be talking about specifically, and I think it's going to be the same discussion that Afro think tank issued to him. I'm going to pick up that torch. I'm going to pick up that mantle, and I'm basically, when I get a chance to talk to him, if he wants to talk to me further, is basically saying why, I guess it'll be something along the lines why his version, his political ideology is in line with Pan Africanism. So basically, MAGA, Republican conservatism, how is that in line with Pan Africanism? I don't know what he would want to, as far as like saying, hey, well, I'm going to prove, you need to prove to me that I don't know, Democrats is the way. Like, I'll just tell you, like, no, straight up no, that is not the way. Can you use it as a tool? Yes, you can. Right, you can use it as a tool, but it is not the way. And if I am going to use Democratic lawmakers and stuff like that as a tool, it's not going to be following them blindly. It's going to be some things that they're going to have to pretty much show and prove, but that's another conversation that we all get into later and stuff like that. So right now, what I am going to do, I'm going to show you guys the conversation that him and I had, right, when I, you know, stepped up to him and asked him to, to this challenge, right? And yeah, it's it's sad, yo. It's really sad, and I'm just gonna play it. You guys heard me monologuing enough. Let's just get into it.
It's my boy E. Eric. Thank you so much for the $5 holler in the Cash App. Guys, we are trying to hit our $30 goal. It is the goal for every episode. In case you didn't know, we are currently at not there. We're at about $11. So we need about give or take $19 to hit our goal.
Now, look, I'm not against anybody making money, right? Especially this YouTube thing. I never asked you guys for, I have a very small, modest group of subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of you, but I don't ask for money to do a live. As I said before, I do this just to spread truth and to debunk certain falsehoods, right? That's fine. The reason why I slightly have a problem with Brandon doing that, I shouldn't say I have a problem with doing that. What I should say basically is suspect with him doing that is that he has to feed the meat to his base. If he believes his stance or not, it's I think it's 50-50. But to sell his delusion, he has to, say things that are untrue, say things that are sensational and stuff like that, just to keep people coming back for more. For what other crazy thing he's gonna say next. I think that's why most people listen to him and listen to what he has to say. I don't think this is him as an agreement. I think it's just a form of political minstrel show. If you don't ask me, and he's always asking for $30, which is pretty much what happened as a conservative. Whatever happens to pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and doing and getting hard and getting dirty. You're asking people for money. saying you're asking your people for money. You're socializing in a social setting on social media, asking people for money. That sounds like socialism to me. The hypocrisy is astounding. But hey, it's a capitalistic society, and you can do whatever you want. It's a form of capitalism. But what he is doing in a social setting and during social media is socializing with people to get money to get paid off from a socialistic idea.
So help us hit that before the end of the show. Where did Kofi? Sorry, Kofi. I forgot your ass was even right there. Go ahead, brother. What you got to say?
To correct the record.
Oh wait, Kofi's showing his face. Wait.
Yeah, that's me. I'm showing my face for anyone who might be questioning, hey, am I black? Am I not? Or whatever and stuff like that. I kind of, nothing really major kind of hurt people say, well, is it a black guy? I don't know. So there I go, whatever. So he's making a big deal that I'm showing my face. So, I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. I'm showing my face. What's the big deal? You're going to make it about that? I know I look better than you, but geez, don't get all excited. Like, damn, I'm not Trump.
Wait,
I usually do show my face. Well, okay.
Hell no.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
No, click
It's all
your
right.
ugly face back up here.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Let's do like the white folks and have two talking heads on here.
Correct the record straight. You didn't run me off. You didn't chase me off. You kicked me off because I schooled you on socialism. You got mad. Your audience agreed with me. And
you see how he's making his face because he knows I'm right.
You got in your feelings. That's what happened. So moving on from there, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I know you and Afro Think Tank got a thing going on and stuff like that back and forth. I agree with like the 90 to 90% of Afro Think Tank's position, right? I trolled you on a challenge. Afro Think Tank's not gonna take you on a challenge. I will take you up on that challenge. You always talk about, hey, anyone want to come up? Anyone want to challenge me? Hey, that's fine. I'm gonna take up that same challenge. So if you look again, it's up to you. I know you've seen it. I know.
So what did he just put? Right after making all those faces and all the other stuff after I said about socialism, he says, if I kick him off, how is he here? He accepted me, right? I said he kicked me off, right? More liberal lies. Okay, guys, so you know how I do, man. I'm Mr. Show Improve. Mr. Show Improve. I always have receipts, right? I don't go like Brandon, talk and express your feelings and he's a this and he's a that and he did this and Trump and that. Nah, I don't do that. I show improve. So let's go right here, y'all. Let's go right here. I'm gonna go to the video of what what I was talking about. Right? I'm gonna go to the video as far as like what I was talking about. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Bear with me for a second. So right here, this is the video in question where the last time where I was on his channel. So let's see what happened because he said, I'm lying that he never kicked me off. So let's go. Calling because I'm not fear mongering. I didn't say, oh, if you don't do the government's going to do this for you. I said, no, I'm giving a reason why. If you notice, I'm in the upper right hand corner in the red, black, and green. The government does it because you have irresponsible people that are within society, and other people don't want to have to suffer for the irresponsibility or the lack of funds for other people.
You have yours.
And you're not
now,
gonna
listen.
My whole thing is not fair.
I'll let you have your opinion. And when I said my opinion, now you want to try to jump.
It's not an opinion. You were insulting. None of that was an opinion. So you can see he just kicked me off. That right there. It's not that my phone died or my signal went bad or dead or no. You see me, I was talking there right in the middle, and he just kicked me off. Just like that. If you didn't see it, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit.
I
Thing
let
is
you,
not fair.
I let you have your opinion, and when I said my opinion, now you want to try to jump.
It's not an opinion. You were insulting. None of that was an opinion. I'll let him talk. He says, "Oh, I'm trying to fearmonger people saying that, oh, you need the government." I didn't say that. So what he's doing, he's lying. Hold up, guys.
Jump in and start disrupting my show. This is how you know you can't listen to these dudes. These dudes can't even give you the courtesy that you give them. When he was talking trash about me, I didn't say nothing.
What trash? You know what? I didn't talk any trash about him because again, he's in his feelings. He's a very feminine guy, a very feminine guy. Because we were having two conversations, we were having just a regular conversation. I called him if being calling him a hypocrite is name calling, then goddamn. Like, really? You think that's the best I could do is call you a hypocrite? That's the best. Nah, I can do better than that. I'm saying what you said is a hypocrite. You can't say all socialism is bad and say, well, this part is also good, but it's not socialism. But when it really is actually socialism.
All right, that's his opinion. But anyway, so you got dudes like Kofi, which I'm still gonna say my opinion, which makes him look even dumber. They try to fear you into thinking if the government don't do, who gonna do it for you? My friend Wayne, he from the Bronx. The dude he told me a story about the people who lived like upstairs from him. He was like, these people would literally turn on a faucet, hustle smart, care of them, and I got you coming. I got you coming. And this is what I'm saying. This is why I can't really discuss nuance. Look at Breezy. Just gonna make up a whole lie on me. If you don't agree with everything Brandon says, he starts getting out of pocket. Did I get out of pocket with Kofi because he didn't agree with me?
What? Yeah, yes, you did. Yes, you did. And everybody sees it.
You did a little bit. You got out of pocket.
No, I did not. When I was trying to make my you guys sit up and hear what you want to hear and see what you want to hear.
And I'm gonna say something. So there you go. He's lying. My God, what the hell is going on? Sorry. I don't know why I'm breaking up. Yeah, so as you can see right there, he's fighting me and he's fighting his whole audience. If you go back into the chat, you can see people who are saying like, yeah, he's right, Brandon is wrong, and he got upset. So instead of him being wrong, he's saying y'all see things how y'all want to see it. Not y'all see things like how y'all want to see it, not him. On what my grandmother told you. If everyone around you is saying the same exact thing, you have to sit and think and look around and be like, you know what? Is everybody wrong? Or is it just me? I don't think he has those moments at all. Yeah, he always feel that he is right, no matter if everyone is telling that he is wrong. Again, like it doesn't seem like he has those moments. Hold on, guys. I don't think My mic is acting up, or YouTube. I don't know what's going on. All right, I think I am back. Yeah, I think I'm back. All right. So, like I said, he doesn't have those moments. So already he lied. He already lied, right? Again, on this channel, for anyone that's you guys remember this channel, we always expose him in his lies. All he does is lie or tell half truths. So already it's not even 3 minutes in the conversation and he already lied.
I know you seen me trolling you about this challenge and you ignoring me. So now I can ask you formally, would you want to have a debate or a Q&A?
Anytime.
Okay.
I didn't
Good.
see anything. I didn't see you trolling me at all. And honestly, on this channel, we refer to him as Afro Stink Tank. And no one ever ran from you, Kofi. And if I blocked you or kicked you off, how are you currently?
No, you never blocked me. No, you never blocked me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. You never blocked me. No. I'm saying I was trolling you on your lives and in your, on your message board. You never got back at me. So I don't know if you were ignoring me or whatever. I don't know. So
I just didn't see it.
Okay, that's fair.
I can tell when he's lying now. When he lies and he's smiling, when he says something, he's smiling, he's lying. Because like I told you guys before, again, I was trolling him and he was reading comments in the message board and he would go over my comments and go right to the one right under it.
That's fair. Right. So fine. So if
Hold up. I don't know why it's acting up. I guess it can't take all the lies at the same time. What is going on, bro? Hold on a second, guys. And the thing about it is him saying Trump wins Iowa. Like, I didn't get the beginning of what he was saying too much, but it seems like he's trying to say again, he's not gonna. I think he.
So now that's been established. If we could look, you can come on my channel. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
No one watches your channel.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what's to understand. He says no one watches my channel. He watches my channel. I don't know if he doesn't watch it as he used to, because many a times when I started my channel and I used to talk about our interactions of how dishonest he is, and I will go on his channel. He's like, "Oh, or he'll message me on one of my videos saying, "Oh, you talking stuff about me and why you doing that?" And I told him like, "Oh, you a shitty host and you don't allow people to talk. If people is not gargling Trump's nuts and as far as rhetoric, he cuts you off."
Sorry.
No one watches your channel, Kofi. Come on, be serious.
Don't care. That doesn't really matter. Enough people watch my channel. I prefer quality.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. Why it's coming in so slow? I think YouTube might be acting up a little bit. Sorry about that.
Quality over quantity. You prefer quantity.
I'll come to your channel. I don't care.
Okay, fine, cool. So, all right, so I'll put my email in the chat, and we could do someone be any kind of ambush scholarship or anything like that. We could agree on a topic, and whatever that topic is, then we could agree what that is, and then we just move on from there. That's it.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you believe that open borders hurts the Black community?
if there were such thing as open borders, then it will hurt the country as a whole, that it will border.
Do you think that Biden's border policy is hurting the African American community?
Biden's border policy is mostly he hasn't really changed the border policy. It's pretty much what the same border policy that Donald Trump has.
No, it's not.
Minus building the wall.
He also didn't he get rid of Title 42? Was it Title?
So already he said, I told him, I said, Joe Biden pretty much kept all of Trump's border policies. And he said, you heard him what he said. He said, no, he didn't. And he said, did Joe Biden get rid of Title 42? So before we move forward, we're going to establish certain truths and not certain opinions or right-wing talking points or just right-wing lies. So let's do this, y'all. And this is why I am proving why he is pretty much going to lose at no matter what the topic is. But I'm pretty sure that's the topic that that I just say that we're gonna pretty much talk about. So let's start here. So let's start here. So right here, we have here, right? It says, new data shows migrants were more likely to be. Let's hold on. New data shows migrants were more likely to be released by Trump than Biden, right? This is the CATO Institute, right? So, okay, you don't know what that is? Okay, let's get to something that we all know. Washington Post. Deportations of migrants rise to more than 142,000 under Biden. Under Biden. U.S. immigration and no, I'm not. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement deported more than 142,000 immigrants in fiscal year of 2023, nearly double the number from the year before, as the Biden administration ramped up enforcement to stem illegal border crossings, according to the agency's annual report published Friday. Nearly 18,000 of those deported were parents and children traveling as family units, surpassed the 14,400 removed under the Trump administration in fiscal year 2020. Seems like Biden is deporting more people than Trump. This seems to be the consensus, right? Let's look at another one. New York Amsterdam News, deportation numbers under Biden surpasses Trump's record. See, so we have that already. So on New York Post, ICE is deporting far fewer people under Biden's presidency. Let's see what the New Yorker says. ICE deported less than 5% of all migrants encountered in 2023, plus far fewer than sent back under Trump. See, so how many have been deported? So it's pretty. The consensus is that Biden has deported more. Okay. So we got that down. Okay, so Brandon spoke of Title 42. Right? He spoke of Title 42. So let's go see what Title 42, and then we're going to get back to what he think Title 42 is. Sorry, did I do this one already? Okay. Title 42. Let's find something. It says Title 42 is the name of an emergency health authority. It was a holdover from President Donald Trump's administration and began in March 2020. The authority allows U.S. officials to turn away migrants who came to the U.S.-Mexico border on the grounds of preventing the spread of COVID-19. Okay, so that's what Title 42 is here, as we can see, right? That's what Title 42 is. So we got that. All right. So that's one part. I think I have one other thing to share. Ba-boom. What do we have here? All right, I think I have that. Did that one already. Yeah, sorry about that. I did that one already. I think I meant to pull up this one. Okay, no, not that one. That's for later. I think that is it as far as what Title 42 is and how Biden favored under his administration as far as how many people he has deported. All right, so let's get back to the conversation.
Title 42.
What is
Did
Title
he-
42? I'm not
Did he
familiar
get
with
rid
that.
of? Oh Lord.
Hold on, guys.
See, I'm not gonna be like you and
Hold on, guys. Just hold on for a minute. I'm going to test something out because I don't know why it's running like that. It's running a little sluggish. Hold on 1 minute and I'll be right back.
When you get to my level of education, you become a coon or a Negro. And what's the difference between a coon and a Negro, Envy? The Negro is innocent in his ignorance. The Negro think Jesus is white. The Negro think white people are smarter. It's not his fault. He's been miseducated, Charlemagne. But the coon is dangerous. The coon knows Jesus wasn't white. The coon knows white people are not superior to blacks, but they will act like they are because they're going to get something for doing so. The coon consciously sells out his people. The Negro does it out of ignorance. I can work with a Negro. Never trust the coon. Only when you get
All right, okay, where we are back. Sorry about that. Hopefully things will run a little bit smoother now. All right, here we go.
see, I'm not gonna be like you and pretend that I know something when I clearly don't know and embarrass myself. So I don't know what Title 42 is.
Title 42 was like the coronavirus restriction, which basically allowed the United States to expel migrants or illegal criminal alien immigrants quickly.
Okay.
Like they use COVID as a way to
Damn, yo, I'm totally sorry for this. I don't know what the hell is going on. YouTube was acting up.
like, okay, because of COVID, let's get you out of here. So Donald Trump actually used that as a way to get illegal immigrants out of this country immediately.
So we could say also, like I said, Joe Biden did the same thing because we read that. Did it state that it did? I think that's what I was looking for. Okay, yeah. So let me share this with you guys. Yeah, you guys can't see this. So what Brandon said, it's like a broken clock could be right, at least once a day, right? So what he did say there was true, right? What I forgot to show you guys was not this one. I was confusing it. Right? So it's not that one. Sorry about that. It was boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So Title 42, right? That's what I forgot to show you guys. So Title 42, a COVID-19 public health restriction affected migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border expired on May 11th, 2023, when the public health emergency for COVID-19 was lifted. So it was a part of the whole COVID-19 safety measures that probably the CDC also put in place, and as far as like limiting people and stuff like that, right? So it was a part of the whole COVID-19 thing. So that is true. So we know that this was implemented during Trump, right? And we also know it expired in 20 it expired in 2023 when Biden was already in office, right? So we got that. Good. So we're going to let him continue. So let's let him continue. Let's listen to the conversation. Where the conversation is going to go.
Biden refused to extend Title 42. Also, he's basically threatened the governor of Texas, who wanted to Governor Abbott. He's suing Texas. Hold on.
All right, so you could see that what Joe Biden so far to date has expelled more immigrants than Trump. 1, 2. It was a COVID-19 restriction that was killed. There's no more COVID-19 restrictions anymore. So of course that died. There's no more stand 7 feet. That all that is gone. It's over. So we have a migrant problem at the border, which we always had a migrant problem at the border. Now we need new laws to be implemented. So as usual, he's being a little bit disingenuous as far as like Joe Biden's not extending Title 42 when there's no more COVID-19. You see, this is why I don't agree with him off the bat, because he's either lying or telling half truths, and you look just like a fool, like him and anybody else that will agree with him.
Well, like I said, I'm not familiar with that. And when we talk about illegal immigrants, if we're talking,
so basically, the Justice Department is suing Texas over their new border laws. Basically, I'll read it. The Biden administration warned Texas that it would file a suit if Texas didn't assure federal officials by Wednesday that they wouldn't enforce the new state law SB 4. The state law also allows judges in Texas to issue
So all this is going to be is like, okay. For those of you that don't know civics, especially MAGA doesn't understand civics because they think the president's a dictator. So every time when the president says something that they don't agree, they have their Donald Trump MAGA hats, think Donald Trump can do whatever they want. So they think, okay, if Joe Biden says he can do whatever he wants, but that's not how it works. So if Texas is going to do something, Texas is his own state, right? But Texas, like all other states, is under the jurisdiction of federal law, right? The executive branch, right? Joe Biden is federal. He's a part of the executive branch. He's the federal. So the federal government makes the rules for all other states. The state can have whatever rules that they want, but it cannot supersede the federal government's rules. So it's like, hey, look, you have rights as wherever you work, right? But your rights should not infringe on the company and other people that will break certain rules, right? And this is what he doesn't understand.
facto deportation orders. So basically, Texas has passed a state law that basically allows Texas to get rid of illegals when they cross over. They're basically able to, the police can arrest them, ask them their immigration status, and get them out of the country if they're illegal. Biden wants to sue the state of Texas for doing that. If Biden didn't change,
Well,
anything,
I don't know what article you're reading from, but for as me being here,
this is from CBS News, a liberal rag.
Me being here in New York, there is a huge migrant problem, a huge migrant issue. They're so like all over Manhattan.
Yes. So you acknowledge there's a migrant issue. You acknowledge that that was not an issue.
So people from Texas, Texas, bus those same migrants to New York. New York doesn't border any southern country, so they did that in opposition, which was illegal. What you're doing is trafficking.
This is why we
so they traffic migrants.
This is why we
see. This is why we can't talk because I'm telling truths that he doesn't want his audience to know that undermines his whole position. So what I was saying though is that as far as Texas borders Mexico, for those of you that don't know, right? What he says is true. Governor Abbott, Republicans, they don't like black people, they don't like brown people. We always know what it is. They're the same thing to the Haitians there, whipping them, beating them, and all that other stuff, right? Tariq Nasheed and Republicans like him, they praise that. They like that, right? So what I was saying, what Governor Abbott did is put these migrants on the bus and sent them to New York. This is what he did. That's trafficking. What you're doing is trafficking. So let me, for you guys are not familiar with that, let me show you what I am talking about. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. So right here it says Mayor Adam announced his suit against Texas charter bus companies seeking $708 million to cover costs of caring for migrants transported to New York. Right, so that was in care of Governor Abbott. So you see right down over here, it says Governor Adams' settlement on New York lawsuit against bus, whatever, yada, yada. New York City Mayor Adams sued 17 bus companies. And so it's trafficking, right? He wasn't supposed to do that. They came to your state, and as they come to your state, you're supposed to handle it. That's what you're supposed to do. But he's trafficking them, and Mayor Adams is suing them. So yes, that's what that was about. That's what I was trying to say, and that's why he doesn't want to have a conversation. So let's get back to the half lies and truths. Okay, where we are. Boom.
We can't talk, Kofi, because you don't want to answer the question. They're sending the migrants to the.
Yo, YouTube is acting crazy, y'all. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with this video. They trying to stop it. They're trying to stop the truth or something because everything else works except for this. It is real funny. And yo, I do not know what the deal is, yo. This is insane.
The sanctuary cities that welcomed them in. Texas ain't got no sanctuary cities. So when the migrants come,
You're moving the goalposts.
No, I'm not.
Go ahead.
Again, Texas doesn't have. They're not sanctuary city as far as like they don't have policies, right, to house immigrants and stuff like that. But sanctuary cities and sanctuary places are usually states that border Texas, because states that border Mexico, because if you're gonna go over there, the first your first stop is going to be those border states. So it's going to be like Texas, New Mexico, and so on, right? So again, he's really telling a half truth.
Go ahead.
Listen, the immigration situation is a problem. You acknowledge that. Joe Biden is not doing his job of enforcing the border. Kamala Harris, the border czar, is not doing her job.
That's your opinion.
You have the immigrant.
Again, that's his opinion. He said they're not doing their job. Again, guys, I just showed you articles of Joe Biden doing his job. Is the job as important as much Mexicans and illegals and stuff like that? Joe Biden has surpassed Donald Trump when it comes to that. So again, he's lying because he's in a MAGA bubble.
Immigration issue that is hurting African American people in New York, Chicago, wherever they are, the neighborhoods and communities where these people are being sent to. Why would you continue to support the president who is basically creating the situation or allowing the situation to be out of control? You have to make that make sense for me.
Well,
he has to make it make sense for me how he is so oblivious and sheltered from basic fundamental facts. That's what I want to know.
Number one, you're asking a loaded question based upon your perspective. So to answer the question about the migrant crisis, what's going on. So what Republicans do, anyone, including yourself, anybody that's not white that comes over here, they're here illegally. So it's with a broad brush. There's a problem at the southern border. There's not a problem at the northern border because that's Canada. That's white people, right? So that's
Canada
no problem.
Enforces their border.
Not really. There's more Canadians overstayed their visa than any other people because they could just come over here. Anyway,
Kofi, we black, so it don't matter if it's white or whatever. The immigrants are coming to our neighborhood.
Let me.
What is he talking about? We black, like, see, and this is where he gets called a Coonarian, right? If it should not be a two-tier justice. If we talk about illegal immigration, let's talk about illegal immigration and what is America's stance on illegal immigration. America's stance on legal immigration should go for everybody evenly, no matter where you come from. So the moment I'm saying white people's doing it, he has to be a Republican shield for white people. Well, who cares about the white people? We talk about the black and brown people.
Let me finish my statement. What I'm trying to say. So if an illegal person comes here, there's a process. The government, remember when you said there's open borders, there's no such thing as open borders. We have ICE, we have border patrol. So that's a Republican lie already. Face down that you told. So there is a southern border. When Joe Biden became president, he didn't disband ICE, he didn't disband the southern border. So I don't know what you mean by open borders. That's a lie. If an illegal immigrant comes here and he comes here illegally, the United States has a process, right, to to see if they could stay here or send them back. A lot of them, the migrants that are coming here and they're seeking sanctuary. If they're seeking sanctuary, there's a process that they're supposed to go through, they're supposed to have in order to become citizens, to go through the courts to see if they can stay here or go back. That's the process that should be happening. That's the process that should be enforced. So yes, I do agree that there is a migrant problem, there's a migrant issue, and it needs to be handled, right? I'm in the middle when it comes to how the Republicans do it. I'm in the middle of how the Democrats want to handle it. Not one side has all the answers to it because I disagree with both sides of how they're doing it. So everyone here is at fault here. The Republican Party is anti-immigration, except for when it comes to white people. White people can stay here all they want,
Are
right?
you anti-immigration or
See, there he goes defending white people. Remember, I saw talking about white people. He gets his feathers, his Bucci bear fur gets all flustered, and he has to say something. Yeah, he has to say something. I don't agree with the Democrats doing because the Democrats drag their feet when it comes to it a little bit as far as like getting a real grip on it, right? And the Republicans go overboard.
pro? Are you anti? The Republican Party is not anti-immigration. He is.
He's full of shit. We all know he's full of shit. The Republican Party is anti-immigration when it comes to non-white people. Show me an article or anything of United States on fighting immigration that's coming from Europe. It doesn't exist. The face of illegal immigration is always a black and brown face. So basically, what he's saying is that, again, which is another racist trope, that all white people are abiding citizens, even the ones that aren't citizens yet. All the white immigrants are good, law abiding people. They don't overstay their work visas or anything like that. They don't sneak over here or anything like that. They're just upstanding people. But those niggers and wetbacks, oh, we gotta look at them.
The Republican Party is anti-illegal immigration. Are you
Okay,
pro
so what?
legal?
So
And wait. I just want to let's use your ignorance as an opportunity to educate.
Again, so he has to take the shot. See, guys, I have not called him any names. I didn't say that he's stupid. I didn't say you're ignorant. I didn't say anything like that. I use phrases like this is your view, that's your opinion, that's your outlook. As a Republican, I didn't call him any names, but that's fine. That's okay. That means he already lost the battle because he, as you can see here, I prove him many times he's either lying or terribly misinformed.
People. Let's look at what happened under Biden because people don't want to accept that Biden has created an environment.
Again, we just went over it, but he's going to pull up this article
That allows these people to come here. Right here, September 30th, 2021, the first year Biden was in office.
Hold on. So what I'm going to do, I am going to pull that same article and we are, where is it? And we are going to go through it, right? We are going to go through it. So hold on one second. Let me stop sharing that and then share the rest of my screen so we could all read along and and see what Brandon is talking about. Oh, my bad, y'all. That's not the one. I got just so much information to debunk all the shit that he's saying. It's ridiculous. All right, so this is it right here, right? That's the article that he has up. We're gonna let him say his piece. We're gonna give him. I mean, he already lost. He already lost the conversation, but we're gonna let him hang himself some more, and we're gonna have him continue. So let's get back to the conversation. Oh man, what the hell? Sorry about this, guys. Don't worry about that. Sorry about that. I don't know what is going on with YouTube today. Hold on 1 second. Let me. This is crazy. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this. Let me do this real quick. Hopefully it'll make it go a lot.
One of the perks of a cross-country trip is stopping for a meal and meeting the friendly folks who make up the heart and soul of our country. Hello, we're from the Northeast. Okay then, we'll do 55 pancakes to go.
Trump! 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 Trump!
Hold on for a minute, guys. I almost got it ready. I don't know what's up with YouTube. Hold on 1 minute. All right. Still look like it's acting funny, but let's try to work through it and bang this out. So let's get back to him. So you saw the article that I posted. It's the same article as you see right here. So let's see what he got to say. Oh, my bad.
Soon as he got in office.
You said there's no border, and that's a lie. So now you're trying to backpedal.
Kofi, stop doing that. Stop doing what you're doing.
Stop doing. You said it was open border. Either you were right or you were wrong.
Kofi.
Oh, crap. So what he's trying to do is basically saying that all this is because of Joe Biden with open borders and him not extending COVID-19, right? Even though COVID-19 had to do with immigration, COVID-19 is over. So guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to set a new rule, a new law for immigration, because it can no longer be under COVID-19 because the COVID-19 is over. So you can't still enforce it because of COVID-19, right? So he said that, and because there's open border. So those two things together are simply not true, right? So when he said open borders, his conversation is already trash, because I don't know when Joe Biden get in any disbandment of ICE or Border Patrol.
Department of Homeland Security, they basically took the ability of Border Patrol or ICE to do their job, which was to defend the border. They say if people come over here illegally, you cannot arrest them and send them back. They literally said that. I don't know why it's so hard for Democrats to accept this.
So if that was said, how was that? What law is enforced? That is that on?
All right. So He read the points there. So all you guys, you see that, right? Okay, good. So let's read along with what he said. Let's see. Dum 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 dum. Right here. So right here it says U.S. will no longer deport people solely because they are undocumented. Homeland Security says so. That's the heading. Then you got the bullet points. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas on Tuesday said immigration officers can no longer detain and deport people from the U.S. solely because they are undocumented. Solely because they're undocumented. Mayorkas unveiled new guidelines that direct ICE officers to focus on the arrest and deportation of immigrants who pose a threat to national and border security and public safety. He did not say you can no longer deport anybody back. That's what Brandon's saying. He says he wanted guidelines to direct ICE officers to focus on the arrest and deportation of immigrants who pose a threat. Who pose a threat to national and border security and public safety. Those are the key points, right? But let's read more. So we already know Homeland Security. Where was that section? So a CDC authority implementation by Donald Trump administration to deport. Implementation by Donald Trump administration. Remember, the same article he's looking at, I said it's a Donald Trump law. These idiots on his panel are saying no, with the same article in their face is saying a CDC authority implemented by the Trump administration to deport migrant families seeking asylum to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. And they're saying it's not Joe Biden didn't keep it. Joe Biden kept it. Joe Biden was president in 2021, right? I showed you the article in 2023. It ended because COVID-19 ended and it ended. So let's read here. Let's read what is being said. It says new guidelines to take effect November 29th. The new guidelines take effect November 29th. We are guided by the knowledge that there are individuals in our country who have been here for generations and contributed over to our country's well-being, Mayorkas said in a memo. As we strive to provide them with a path to status, we will not work in conflict by spreading resources seeking to remove those who do not pose a threat and, in fact, make our nation stronger, he continued. The new guidelines make a shift in U.S. immigration policy that may spare many undocumented immigrants who were at risk of deportation under the Trump administration, which had allowed the arrest for anyone illegally residing in the country. Roughly 11 million undocumented immigrants live in the U.S., according to the memo. While President Joe Biden has vowed to fight a path to citizenship, efforts to establish legalization process have faced numerous rollbacks in Congress this year. A proposal from the Democratic lawmakers include a citizenship pathway in their budget bill was rejected by the Senate parliamentarian last week. The Biden administration also faces harsh criticism for its response to migration at the U.S.-Mexico border. Democrat lawmakers and immigration advocates have condemned the administration's for use of Title 42, a Trump-era public health policy that supports migrants without giving them a chance to apply for asylum. Why? Because under Title 42 is to mitigate and not raise the chances of COVID-19 being spread. That's why people are saying like no. And I said before, as you guys can see, there is a process. They're supposed to come here if they're claiming asylum, and they're supposed to go through the process. That process will not be implemented under Title 42 to say, well, oh, you may have COVID-19, go. We even want to hear what you have to say. That's what the article is saying. That is what the article is saying. And these morons, that's why I said, yo, bro, I'm on my phone. I can't read or research the article and talk to you at the same time. I can't do it. I simply can't do it. So again, he's telling you guys as usual that we expose him on this channel as telling a lie. This is like, I'll say, more of a half lie. It's kind of like a little bit of a lie because he's not even reading. You have to understand, when you read anything, especially in politics, no one reads the article. You see, he was lazy and he read the bullet points. I couldn't even read the bullet points because, again, I'm on my phone and I really couldn't read that small. And he's not even reading the bullet points because he's too lazy, right? Everyone, when you read articles, you got to understand the media is here to grab your attention to make money, right? So they'll have an article, right? And they'll bury the lead somewhere in the article that debunks the title to begin with. But they have to do that to grab you, but they have to put it in the proper perspective or they get sued for slander or whatever, right? He's too lazy to read this article, right? So again, he's pretty much as usual, he's talking out his ass. So let's go back to see what he's saying. Now that we know the truth and we actually read the article along with the bullet with the bullet points, we know what we're talking about now.
Not on the books, or are we talking rhetoric here?
We are talking about Joe Biden's executive order. That's what we're talking about.
So it's an executive order that's in play right now that's being enforced.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Okay, I'll research that because we know you're a liar. So let me ask you.
I'm showing you.
You've lied plenty of times, and I've proven
to
you many times on my channel that you have lied.
And we can see that he has lied again. So what's gonna happen here? He's gonna get in his feelings. He's gonna say this and that because he's gonna stick to his guns. Then you're gonna have his blind magagoons come on there and pretty much just try to spin and agree with the lies that he has put forth. So that's the end of that. Right? So you always have to show and prove. So hold on one moment. We're not over yet. Hold on. There was a thing where I asked him a question. And it was just amazing to me. Hold on.
Islamist Africans who have convicted. I remember a president saying that illegal immigrants are poisoning the blood of this country.
Bro, I'm talking to you on my phone right now. I can't research and talk to you at the same time.
I'll put the link in the comments for you so you can have it later. But bro, I'm going to put it in the back chat. Bro, Joe Biden literally created open borders, Kofi. He literally did that.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
He's still saying open borders. What here in this article, guys, where it says the border could be open? It's a misleading topic. It's a very misleading topic. Open borders means something that's open. That makes no sense. It means that, you could come and we're not going to send you back. That's not what the article said. That's not what Mayorkas said. Mayorkas said that now that it's Marcus said, I read in the article, that we're going to accept people in and we have to make sure that they are not a threat to American society as far as a security measure. That you can no longer do it because you cannot do that under Title 42 because COVID is over. So he lied. So this is why I'm going to ask him a question.
Now. Do you feel it's unpatriotic, unbecoming of an American president to say that he'll get rid of the Constitution? And is it unbecoming for a so-called Pan-Africanist to support a president, once again, that's showing his true colors, talking about African people, saying African people are poisoning the blood of America?
I don't.
So he's gonna answer. He's gonna answer about Donald Trump's comment on him saying poison the blood of America. He didn't. We couldn't get to him. He didn't answer about Trump being, the hell with the Constitution and being a dictator. He didn't answer that. So before we let him answer that, what I want to do is show you Donald Trump actually saying that. For someone that is a Trump fan like Brandon, he never shows you what Donald Trump is saying. He always has to be the puppet. Donald Trump always had to have his hand up his ass. He always had to be the puppet or telegraph what Donald Trump is saying. Let's hear the man what the man said. So I'm going to let you hear what the orange man actually said. So here we go. Where are we? Right here. All right. Right here. Hold on, let me see something real quick. All right, we good.
We got a lot of work to do. When they let, I think the real number is 15, 16 million people into our country. When they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country. Nobody's even looking at our country. From Africa, from Asia, all over the world, to our country. From Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country. Nobody's even looking at them. They just come in. The crime is going to be tremendous. The terrorism is going to be, and then we built a tremendous piece of the wall, and then we're going to build more. And
so Africans are poisoning the blood. They're coming from insane asylums. We're violent. All these things. It sounds. He thinks all black people, which is a typical racist trope, that all black people are violent. And so by that ideology, by you just being here, you're poisoning the blood of America. This is what he's saying. He's giving you his reason. He said Africans. He didn't say North Africans, South Africans, East Africans, West Africans. He didn't say Igbo, Maasai, Hausa, Ifa, Yoruba. He didn't say none of that. He said Africans as a whole because they're violent and they're just coming in here. No one's paying attention. But who's paying attention to all the white people coming in here? No one's paying attention to the white people that's coming in here all the time. And we know that there are, in this day and age, there are more white domestic terrorists than they are Arab terrorists at this point in this day and age, right? There are more. There, like when you had a guy that was going to want to kill Joe Biden, drove a van full of explosives to kill Joe Biden. You had the guy that almost killed Nancy Pelosi's husband. You had January 6th. You have Proud Boys, Boogaloo Boys. You have all these domestic terrorists. You got white people going there in here up in Buffalo shooting black people, right? You have it's this, like, what are they talking about? Where are all these black people doing something equivalent and as horrible as all these white people that are here, killing black people and victimizing black people and other people as well? We already, again, remember on January 6th, when you had the January 6th hearing, you probably saw in one of my videos how when during the insurrection, right, these good folks, these Trump supporters were calling on the black police officer, because blue lives don't matter now, right? Cops don't matter now, right? And they're calling him all types of niggers. Calling him all types of niggers. Where's the Democratic version of this? So this is what Trump is saying.
The election was rigged, and there's 15, 16 million people into our country. When they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over, from Africa, from Asia, from Africa, from Asia, all country, from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our.
So we already know that's what the man is saying. The man just made a generalization. He just made a generalization. That's it. He made a generalization. So let's see what our quote unquote Pan African is going to say about what Donald Trump has just said about Africans.
I don't remember
Please spin that.
I don't remember any president specifically mentioning African people saying that they are poisoning the blood of this country. I remember
Now you're being dishonest. You don't live under a rock.
I remember.
Oh, come on, YouTube. Like something's up with this video. You guys see everything else plays. Everything else plays except for YouTube. I just want him to make this last coon point and we'll be done, y'all. We'll be absolutely done. This is driving me crazy right now.
Let me answer the damn question, Kofi. I remember a president saying that illegal immigrants are poisoning the blood of this country. And yes, I agree with him 1,000%. I don't give a damn where you're from. Although I do prefer African immigrants. I really do. But I don't care where you're from. If I don't know who you are and where you came from, you are poisoning the blood of this country because what you failed.
So again, he agrees with what Donald Trump says all 1,000%. He made a blanket statement, but he said he prefer African immigrants. So he's fine with Donald Trump racist ideology of what Africans are. He really is.
Acknowledge is there are a lot of Islamist Africans who have converted over to Islam who are damn terrorists ready to blow.
Oh, okay. So again, let's go back when Donald Trump was first president. These niggas and coon smart and country ass smart, aka hustle smart, lost the bet. At first he said it was a Muslim ban, right? They had no problem again with Trump saying a Muslim ban, right? And I told them that in those countries were African countries. His stance was, well, hey, look, it was better under Donald Trump because you could travel and travel was cheap and da 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 da. I say, how is that if he's doing a Muslim ban and you can't even do business as a so-called Pan-African against your own African people? And he does that. There are black Africans that are Muslims. Not all Muslims are terrorists. But here he goes again saying, well, hey, you got black people that are Islamist. You have Negroes here that are Muslim too. You act like there's no Muslims in America, right? There's Muslims in America. There's black Muslims in America. When was the last time we heard of a black Muslim committing a terrorist act? Please do let me know. When was the last time you had a black Muslim committing a terrorist act? There's many times we have we have the Mayo militia committing a lot of terrorist acts against black people, but you don't care about that. But you're supposed to be a Pan-Africanist.
Blow shit up, be a part of terrorist cells, and do all types of bad to this country in service of their Arab overlords. I understand that. So I don't care where you're from. You need to come up in this joint legally. Period. Do I have a preference for African immigrants? Yes, I do. But I don't want African Islamists who gonna blow my ass up because they have more of the love for the for their pagan deities, Muhammad, than they do for their own people. That's what I'm saying. So yes, I agree with Trump. 100.
So you agree with Trump saying just you adding
yes,
context to what he said?
yes,
He didn't
yes.
say that. He
Without
said
any context.
again. He did
agree.
it again. He
Without
said like with same thing with Mexico. He said, "Hey, look."
He said, you heard him, guy. He said without any context. He agrees with him wholeheartedly. So he just threw that all that explanation, all that don't mean shit. Because he said without any context, he doesn't care. He could generalize. I don't care. They are murderers. They are this. They are that. I don't care. He just undermined his whole diatribe of orange ass kissing.
They're bringing over this. They're bringing over that. He said it with a blanket statement. You're adding context to it. He said
100%.
Africans and Chinese are poisoning the blood. How is your illegal status? How is your illegal status? Right, you just being here, right? Is poisoning the blood. That's a Hitler comment, and we all know it.
No, because
that has nothing to do with immigration.
This is a nation of laws, and if you break
and a
the
nation
law,
of immigrants.
Yep, that's fine. Yep, and I have no problem with immigrants. But if you break the law, you are a criminal, and if crime is allowed to go unchecked, it poisons the blood of this country.
So, crime is. You know what, y'all? I'm not even gonna waste my time debunking this. So, here we have. This is why Afro Think Tank, and I agree with Afro Think Tank that's saying that he needs to change his name of his channel from Bandon Strikes Back or Republicanism Strikes Back, but you're not a Pan-Africanist. If you agree 100,000% that Black people, your orange master and overlord, that you want to be in charge of America, should discriminate against all Africans, and what you said with no context, yes, you agree, you're simply not a Pan-African. That's why he's going to just simply lose the debate. It's common sense. It's not rocket science. If you love your people, right, you would say, look, I don't care. I don't want them discriminating against my people. I don't want them bringing in all type of rubber rousers, of course, naturally, but he didn't say that. He says Africans as a whole. And you heard Brandon say with no context, he does not care. With no context, he could. I don't want any of them here because they're illegal. Like, so the same thing with the Haitians. So when a Haitian comes here, no one comes here legally, especially when they're seeking asylum. They didn't go through the process. They don't have time to go through the process. They don't have time to get sponsorships. They don't have time to get visas because of what's happening in their country, what's happening in Venezuela, what's happening, let's say, in Haiti when they assassinated the president and all that. They didn't have time for that. Yes, they're here illegally and they're seeking asylum. Why are you seeking asylum, Joseph Baptiste? Oh, because I was in Port-au-Prince and this, that, and the other. Oh, wow. Okay. So let's find a way for you to see if you establish you to have citizenship here. Again, they don't do that to white people. They only do that to Black and brown people. And that's why he doesn't care. He is a Republican shield, or a good brother Afro Think Tank would say he's a Coonarian. These are your Ben Carsons, your Tim Scotts, your Jesse Lee Petersons, your Anton Daniels, your what's that other dude's name? Oh my God, I forgot his name. This is their job to do, to protect white interests and hope that they'll get a good pat in the head with a little with some trinkets and some honey buttermilk biscuits. Because I don't understand. Because one day I may be rich, and then I could, if I was a good kiss ass for years now. So hey, I'll be one of them. Everybody wants to be a Tim Scott. Everybody wants to be the next Ben Carson. I don't understand it. So basically, that's what this is, guys. And it was very, very, very sad. And this is why he is going to lose whenever we do our debate. So right here, I want to give you an example pretty much of his audience and the type of people he goes around, he hangs around with. Hold on a second. You know what? I'm not even giving it any time of day. You said what you said. You said what you said. So right here, we can go off a little, or off the topic a little bit to address something that one of his someone on the panel that was there, and it's wow. It's wow. And I'm not surprised, because remember, you guys could take a, just Google it, take a poll on on the education level of the average Republican. These aren't smart people. They're not smart people. They're less college educated. So you're not speaking to a very smart bunch of people. You're not. You're kind of speaking to the lower echelon and of American society, and it's going to show right here. So let me go back. Yeah, let me go back, and I'm going to show you guys why.
Yeah, man, I'm not no expert, when it comes to everything like political and all that, but you know what I'm saying? Like I was directly affected with that mandate, that vaccine mandate, because I feel like, I shouldn't have to take it if I don't need to. Just like, I understand like when we was in school and stuff like that, but when you a grown ass person, you know what I'm saying? And people might have like medical issue where they feel like, they shouldn't have to take that stuff, you know what I'm saying, that they already dealing with. But I was directly affected.
Idiot. It has nothing to do with if you're a kid or a grown person. Granted, yes, if you're a grown person and you have medical issues that may hinder the vaccine may hinder you, yes. No one's telling you to take it, right? But guess what? You will have to take other measures, right? You will have to take other measures. So that's viruses don't care what your fucking preference is. It doesn't care where you work, where you don't work, who you with, who you're not with. It has to do with contact. Kids are taking it because they want to go to school. And if one kid has it, then all other kids have it because they are in the same classroom. If you're a grown person, right, and you have medical issues, or you just a fucking dumbass and you just don't want to take it, that is your right. But you do not have the right to make me sick because you want to be a fucking fool. So if you don't want to be vaccinated and you don't give a fuck about your life because you're uneducated, that is fine. But you do not have the right to get me sick. So because of that, you cannot go in certain spaces. You have the right not to take it. The government's responsibility and everyone's responsibility is to not get sick and stay away from people like you. Very simple. But does Brandon push back on that? No, because he's a fucking idiot. Or he's smart enough to know, but like I said in the beginning of this video, he has to feed red meat to his base. And that's the ignorant idiots. So he can't say anything that makes any kind of sense that goes against their ignorance.
Because I was trying to get in big tech. A lot of them big tech companies, they with that, that crazy shit. They with the mandate, they with the alternative gender type shit and all that. And
tech companies they're with the alternate gender. What? Okay. All right.
And I actually got the job. I had got the job, but they asked me, was I vaccinated? So I lost out on that job because I wasn't.
Because you're a fucking fool. and you deserve not to have that job. Those guys dodge the bullet because your dumb ass doesn't know what is real and what is fake. You don't know how the world works. So I think you would have been a detriment to that to that company. So yeah, stupid people play stupid games and get stupid prizes. Yours is unemployment.
You know what I'm saying? Another thing, you know what I'm saying? That to me that affected black people.
No, it affected niggas. Use the nigga. It affected niggas. It didn't affect black people. Black people that are smart enough to know that what a virus is and how a virus works and what was going on understood. It affected niggas.
You know, and Americans in general. Another thing is, you know, I don't know where that cat live. I think he said he live in New York.
Yep, Brooklyn, Queens.
So he might not live somewhere where it's like a historical black place where like like a black town. It might.
He doesn't know anything about New York, but there's way more black black neighborhoods. It won't be a town as you will call it, but there will be miles and miles and miles of black areas. You know what I'm saying? Probably like a 2, 3, 4, 5 mile radius of just a black area. So yeah, I don't think your town is even that big. So just to let him know.
Might be like more mixed, diverse over there, but I live somewhere where it's a lot of black folks, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these.
Now, you don't see how they just let them talk dumb shit. They just uninterrupted just let them say dumb shit. Even if it's wrong. No one corrects them. They all agree, and that's fine. When you say something that makes sense and their ears and their brains start leaking out their ears, they get upset. They just cut you off. They don't even ask questions. Look, I don't understand what you just said. What do you mean by that? They cut you off and they fight you. But you can say dumb shit all you want, gargle Trump's balls, and yeah, everyone likes it. That's great. That's fine. You could have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
These people, they voted for that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? They voted for it, but they not gonna come out like they did in Chicago and say, "Ah, man, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have."
Oh man, it's okay. So yeah, the dude's a fucking idiot. Yeah, guys. So that was hard to hear. that was hard. That was hard to hear. And so continuing, so I'm going to share something over here. So Brandon is saying that immigrants are all African immigrants are, because he agrees with his orange master, that they're poisoning the blood, they're all Islamists, they're all terrorists, all that stuff. No context. He agrees with Trump verbatim. So we are going to go with that when he agreed with Trump verbatim. So we already know that he's not a real Pan-Africanist because his hero is a white man. So a hero that's doing nothing for black people and just insult them, by the way. So right here's the article. Right. You know what? Let's get into this right now. This is what I don't want to pull up, but this is just as good. It says everything you need to know about Texas. Here's everything you need to know about Texas. So what Texas is going to do? They're trying to do it on Bill 4, a controversial immigration enforcement measure banning sanctuary cities across Texas. That's what they're trying to do. So what does Senate Bill 4 do, and what are the consequences for not following? Basically, SB aims to outlaw sanctuary cities by requiring local police to cooperate with federal immigration authorities and allowing police to inquire about the immigration status of people they lawfully detain. Under SB 4, local authorities are forbidden for adopting policies that prevent peace officers from asking about a person's immigration status. Sheriffs, constables, police chiefs, and other local leaders can be slapped with a Class A misdemeanor and possibly jail time. So that's like a bill they're trying to fight, because what they do, the local police acts as ICE and all the other stuff and yada, 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 yada. Right? That's not what I wanted to show you, but I thought that was kind of interesting. What I really wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Is it that? No, it's this one. All right. Undocumented immigrants are half as likely to be arrested for violent crimes as U.S.-born citizens. Right. Some of the most solid evidence to date shows that President Trump's cornerstone immigration policy was built on a wholly false premise. Right. But this has been proven even before Donald Trump. When Donald Trump announced that he was running for president, you guys can read all that. This is the consensus. This is the stats. These are the polls. First generation immigrants, people coming here, or commit way less crime than American born. So if you come here, right, at 13 or whatever, right, you have more or less likely to commit a crime than someone who was raised here. Maybe a second generation immigrant might commit those crimes, but most likely, less likely, there's a less likely chance of that happening. So this ideology of orange Cheeto ass kissing, of saying, well, all of them are evil, right? All these Africans are evil, but not the white people. The white people are fine. That are going to commit crimes, and they're Islamists and all this other stuff. And who cares about the white people that are doing January 6th and going into black spaces and shooting schools and Dollar Trees up? Who cares about that? We need to concentrate on the least violent people only because they're black. So I wanted to state that also to show that, as Afro Think Tank would say, these are what Coonarians are saying. They have to repeat what their Republican orange leader has to say. And finally, when it comes to the border and the border deal, right? Republicans don't want to work with Democrats to rectify this border, the border, because they don't want to give points to Joe Biden. So again, I'm a show and prove type of person. I'm not Brandon. I don't just talk just to talk. I don't talk the grift to get money out of people. The truth is what the truth is. And hold on, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Exactly. Get rid of him. Full of shit. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pull this up. So is it this one? Let's do this one. So let's see what they got to say. Hold on 1 second. It's only YouTube, yo. It's only YouTube giving me this problem. I play videos from other sites, plays smoothly. On here, problem. Like, this is insane. Hold on a second. I gotta have a catch up. So, like I said, let me put the link.
Trump was an existential threat, and they wanted to take an issue away from him. They would enforce the border. They don't give a rip because open borders is their policy, period. End of story. And any Republican trying to tell the American people anything different should be.
Hold on. So I put the link in the chat, and then you hear go again saying, open borders, open borders, open borders. This is why Brandon is not an independent thinker. He's a parrot for white racist Republicans, right? That's why he could say with no problem, without hesitation, yeah, all Africans are violent. All Africans that come here are Islamists. All Africans that come here are coming from insane asylums. Everything that Donald Trump said. That's why he could say that, because again, he's just a parrot for the Confederate conservatives. That's it.
Defeated and primaried. And I'm going to personally make sure that I work toward that.
Fox News' Laura Ingraham once again is on the warpath, urging Republican lawmakers to avoid striking any kind of deal with Democrats.
Hold on, guys. I'm going to bring it up a little more.
In order to fix our broken immigration system.
Hold on. I'm going to let that rock because I don't understand what's going on here. So we get back to that. So just in case, if anybody wants to come in, I put the link in the chat, and I'm going to play what Laura Ingraham has to say to pretty much prove my point. Where you at?
Why on earth, after the Democrats did everything in their power to flood America?
Yo, this is insane. Why is this happening?
America with millions of indigents from across the globe, would Republicans ever give Biden an opportunity to take a victory lap and then pretend that he's done anything to solve this problem?
Well,
you hear that? Why would Republicans work with Biden to solve this problem of immigration so Biden can do a victory lap? Again, they're using this as political brownie points. They know it's a problem that needs to be rectified right now. They don't want to do it under the Biden administration. These people are wicked. It's a wicked set of people, right? They want to campaign, look at the border, look at the border. Yeah, Biden has it all messed up. Open borders, open borders. We're going to do something about it. Because they know the average Republican, like Brandon and his band of orange goons and followers, right, would just buy into any lie because they are MAGA followers. They're part of a MAGA cult. And I prove that this is what they're saying. They repeat the same thing.
Well, Biden can't unilaterally reform immigration. You need Congress to pass legislation. That's how our government works. System of checks and balances. Congress passes legislation. The executive branch can veto it. But Biden clearly wants a solution to our broken immigration system. It's just that we're not going to get it if you have conservative talk show hosts preventing any real discussion, debate, or deal being made between the two parties in regard to legislation. And over the weekend, Republican Senator Kevin Cramer explained to CNN that Trump is more interested in beating Biden than actually doing something about immigration.
And that's true. You're going to see here soon that you're going to see a tweet or whatever from Trump himself. Because remember, they all following what Trump said or what Trump wants, right? This is all being orchestrated from Trump, and they all know it because they know what Trump is saying. And whenever Trump tweets, all of a sudden, all the MAGA cult falls in line. Your Marjorie Taylor Greens and all that.
It has taken months for senators to near a deal on an immigration overhaul aimed at
come on.
Stemming the surge of migrants at the southern border. But it only took one Trump social media post to completely upend the delicate compromise. He called on the GOP to reject a deal that doesn't have, quote, everything. He pressured Speaker Mike Johnson to only accept a, quote.
So you see right here, Donald Trump, right? This is true social, right? Because remember, Trump is divisive, racist, things like that. So, he was kicked off of X, but then he was let back on, but he already had his so-called True Social posts going on that he created. So let's read what it says. I do not think we should do a border deal at all unless we get everything needed to shut down the invasion of millions and millions of people, many from parts unknown unto our once great but soon to be great again country. Also have no doubt that our wonderful Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, will only make a deal that is perfect on the border. Remember, without strong borders and honest elections, we don't have a country. So already he's saying for not to do a deal. That's what Trump is saying. Don't do a deal.
Perfect deal.
It makes it harder because there are a lot of people that
oh wow, YouTube
take their lead from directly from him. I do think he's in a campaign. He's the presumptive nominee as far as I'm concerned. His opponent will be the current president, and so he's probably. I haven't talked to him about, but he probably thinking about Joe Biden.
This is killing me right now.
Victories. If Joe Biden suddenly got religion and supported a border deal that actually reduced the flow of illegal immigration, it would be good for him politically.
It'll be good for him politically, which is exactly what some.
So you can see they're all agree. They say it'll be good for him politically. That's the only reason why they don't want to do it. The only reason. But it gets better.
Republicans want to avoid. But Republicans are also dealing with another issue, which is their lack of accomplishments during this congressional session. So if they don't accomplish anything to basically win over some of the more independent voters, it could hurt them in upcoming elections. Some Republicans have been pretty vocal about how unhappy they are about all of this. So let's watch Representatives Chip Roy and Andy Biggs basically torch their own party about this issue.
We have nothing, in my opinion, we have nothing to go out there and campaign on, Chris. It's embarrassing.
Right? For the life of me, I do not understand how you can go to the trouble of campaigning, raising money, going to events, talking to people, coming to this town as a member of a party who allegedly stands for something, allegedly stands for reducing spending, allegedly stands for eliminating debt, securing the border, strong military, ending the wokeness that is killing and corrupting our schools and our kids, and then do nothing about it. One thing. I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, that I can go campaign on and say we did.
And I just want to note that Senate Democrats have been drafting.
So there you have it. These are things that Brandon is not going to let you guys know because it's going to invoke thought. It's going to invoke nuance. It's going to invoke thinking outside of the MAGA bubble where he wants to keep all of you in, right? So when I start talking, of course he gets upset and stuff like that because I'm not a part of his delusion. You know what I'm saying? What Malcolm X says about coffee, right? You put too much cream in it, it'll put you asleep. So you don't want too much cream in your coffee. But if you get some black coffee, it'll keep you up, right? So I'm really black coffee right now. Right now, Brandon's like chamomile right now. He wants you to be lazy and be sleepy and be drowsy and just accept anything that he says, which is not obviously a part of reality. So I'm gonna play this last video so you guys could, just to drive home what I'm saying about this whole border issue and we're on Joe Biden and the Democrats not doing it when it's all the Republicans doing.
This deal dead effectively.
I hope so. It should be. If it's not dead yet, it should be dead. I mean, there is absolutely no reason to agree to.
Oh, YouTube is killing me. YouTube is killing me right now. Come on, is this the last video? Hold on a second. Let me do something. I don't know if it would work, but let's see. Let's see if it would work. Then I'll share it again. Looks like so far so good. We're in the home stretch. Let's see what we got. All right.
Deal dead effectively.
I hope so. It should be. If it's not dead yet.
Wow, this is insane. No, they don't want me. They don't want me to tell the truth.
It should be dead. I mean, there is absolutely no reason to agree to policies.
Wow.
It will just further enable Joe Biden.
Other than perhaps govern.
So you say you shouldn't. You heard what he said. You shouldn't do anything or have policies that will help to enact or enable Joe Biden. This Laura Ingraham again. So
governing. Other than that reason, there's no reason to do politics in a way that would help other politics, even to fix the urgent problem we have that we say is a very urgent problem. Negotiators are struggling, clearly, to lock down an agreement on an immigration bill after months of back and forth, with former President Donald Trump and conservatives ramping up pressure to kill any deal ahead of the November election. On Truth Social yesterday, Trump truthed or posted or whatever, we need a strong, powerful, and essentially perfect border, okay? And unless we get that, we are better off not making a deal, even if that pushes our country to temporarily close up for a while, okay? Because it will
temporarily close up. So he wants to shut the whole country down. So he could take credit for doing something about the border. It's insane.
Will end up closing anyway, and the unsustainable invasion that is currently taking place, a death wish for the USA. Between our rigged elections, he continued, I won't keep doing the voice, and open borders, our country is in serious trouble.
Okay, then this part, I'm going to show you a little more. Where he just, it's just digs himself in a digger graveyard. I'm telling you, Republicans, especially black ones, I do not understand. That's why I'm saying they have to be grifters, self-hateful, or just very, very uninformed individuals. Which is just basically, they're just very ignorant and have really, look, I believe in freedom of speech and whatever and stuff like that. But people that says things like that has to be checked. People that say things like that cannot be taken serious. People that says things like that, you have to assume that they're lying till you find out.
And most House Republicans want to block migrants from living.
Who's saying this? I guess it's a New York Times article. And what does it say? Trump and most House Republicans do not want House Republicans want to block migrants from living and working temporarily without visas in the United States while they await outcome of the immigration claims, and the conservatives seek a revival of the Remain in Mexico policy, which enforced immigrants to wait elsewhere to see if they will be permitted entry. There's one more part here I want you guys to read here. And that's to show you how just within the Republican Party, how the MAGA cult works.
Talks began immigration.
Right. So yeah, this is it.
Policy united Republicans and Ukraine aid divided them. Quote, politics on this from.
So what he's doing, this is Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is admitting that Trump is doing this for brownie points. Mitch McConnell, if you know who Mitch McConnell is, that was kind of like one of Trump's right hand men. Mitch McConnell's a horrible person, but at least, it sounds crazy, at least he's principled enough not to say that, oh, the election was stolen and all this other stuff. These are like honest Republicans that I don't like at all. They're despicable, but at least they're the old school version of Republicans, where you can at least know that, okay, they're not gonna they'll lie and they'll tell you that they lie, but they're not gonna break rules and laws and the Constitution and have like a dictatorial mindset, right? So let's see if it will play.
McConnell said of solving the crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border. That's because former President Donald Trump wants to run his 2024 campaign focusing on immigration. Feel like I've seen that playbook before. Quote, we don't want to do anything to undermine him.
So he doesn't want to cross Trump, right? So he's telling the truth of what it is, pretty much, but at the same time, he doesn't want to cross him. So when Coonerians like Bandon says that Joe Biden has open borders and they're doing open borders and they want open borders, you can see obviously that they're lying. They're lying. Their own party is playing games. So that'll be it at this point. I think I proved my point. And as of why, whenever Brandon and I would do our little debate and stuff like that, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be horrible because this is so easy. It's so easy to debunk him. He's self-defeating. That's the problem. He's self-defeating. He's either these three things. He's either grifting. I feel he's grifting to a certain extent as far as the Pan-African, right? And because if he wasn't grifting and you're a proud Trump supporter, why you don't have anything showing or signifying that you're a Trump supporter? He has nothing or advertised nothing that's Trump based at all. Nothing, right? He has to hide that and wear Pan-Africanism on the out to fool people to coming in thinking that he's pro-black when he's actually anti-black, right? With the things that he says because of the party affiliation that he's with, right? Either that or, so I believe he's a little bit of a grifter and he may just be in a bubble. He may just be in a MAGA bubble where he doesn't get any other form of information, right? And that's blinding. He has like blinders, right? Or it could be cognitive bias. He knows that, he cherry picks certain facts and certain things that he wants to see. Like you could see a whole tapestry of colors and all he sees is orange and red. You know what I'm saying? And he'll say, well, so you're trying to say there's no orange and red? So you don't see anything else? Yeah, but it's like 8 other colors. There's also other colors besides orange and red. But anyway, guys, as usual, I believe I have shown and proved my point, and basically it's gonna be a bloodbath scholastically as far as the exchange of ideas when him and I actually do a debate. I'll just keep you guys posted. Thank you all for listening. Hey, if you have any suggestions or you have any topics that you think hey good, I think you guys will be a real good debate if you guys debate about this, debate about that, or whatever. That'll be fine. But I'm focusing on having a debate based upon what is Pan-Africanism, right? And is Pan-African is the Republican Party, or Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the Republican Party. How is Donald Trump the best fit to foresee the dreams, goals of Pan-Africanism over, you can say, over Joe Biden or whatever? That's fine. I even take that, even though I feel that Joe Biden is not. I feel anything left of the Joe Biden, if you're voting left of Joe Biden, saying like, Libertarian, Green Party, Cornel West or whatever, anything like that, like on that end, yes, I would say that's a chance. But I would definitely say that the Donald Trump way is a no. Right? So, all right, guys. Thank you. Please remember to like the video. It's free to like it. I'm not like Brandon and all these other people actually to give me money. Don't want money, from you guys. Just your feedback and your likes, and to pretty much share the video and share your opinion and your views. Doesn't matter if it's something that I agree with or not. Just curious to know. But again, thank you all. Have a good night, and until next time.